Hey folks, and welcome to my second challenge, Brilliant Diamond, or Shining Pearl, with every available Pokemon in a solo run. Second Pokemon means number 388, Grotle. Now you might be thinking, that's a Turtwig, and to that I would say, yes. Yes it is. In addition to the usual solo rules of no items in battle, no flash or double team TMs, no glitches or exploits, I also have one that means no illegal Pokemon. For an evolved Pokemon, that means they cannot be our starter. Grotle cannot legally be below level 18. I want the game to feel as pure as intended, so if someone picked up the game, they should do this challenge without the need for anything outside of official Pokemon games. For a Pokemon like Grotle, who evolves by leveling up, we play through the game normally, and when Turtwig hits 18, it evolves. No power leveling early, as seamless as it can be. In our Turtwig run, 18 came not long after defeating Mars, and this is where Grotle gets to take centre stage. By the way, if you recognise any of the previous footage, I had to use it for the Turtwig video as I lost the pre-level 18 footage there. Our first major battle will be against Gardenia. We do get Bite before this fight, which is good. I start off by mimicking Turtwig, taking out the Cherubi before building up curses on Turtwig. The thing is though, Turtwig actually hits harder on Grotle than it did against Turtwig, and that's due to Grass Knot. Grass Knot deals more damage the heavier the target, and Grotle is the heaviest middle stage starter there is. We can't afford to hang on for Reflect to expire, but without more curses, Roserade will not be a one-shot. I tried changing strategy to use Workup, but it wasn't happening at 22. One extra level however, and we could get the ranges, setting up on Cherubi to avoid Reflect from Turtwig. Cherubi hits us twice, about average. Then Turtwig goes down in one shot. Now Roserade outspeeds us and hits with a Grass Knot, and it survives a bite. It heals with its Citrus Berry, but we do survive a second Grass Knot, barely, and then that's the win. I wonder if this will be the only battle in the entire game, and the entire series, that a lower stage Pokemon has a lower level than the evolved form for a certain fight. At this point we backtrack to the old chateau. You can't actually come back here quickly once you get the bike, so it's important we grab the Dread Plate to boost our dark moves while we can. I also grab a TM I missed in the Turtwig run, TM 90 Substitute. We used this a lot in the later game, but we now have it even earlier. Jupiter was a problem for Turtwig, we had to level up to get Leech Seed. I'm not sure if Substitute would have helped for Turtwig, but Grotle can easily take a hit from Poison Fang and have its sub survive. And we use the Substitute to prevent poisoning from Poison Fang. You may have seen a Supersonic. As a sound move it will go through our sub, and we do take a hit back. Zubat won't use Supersonic if we are behind a Substitute however, despite the fact it would hit us. I think the AI must prioritise breaking the Substitute as soon as possible. Eventually, building up curses means it takes 3 Poison Fangs to break our sub. I do mistime a Substitute here and we take a Poison Fang, but we have a Pecha Berry in case we're poisoned. And we build up a good number of curses and go down to red health. This is actually where we want to be, having a Substitute going into Strand Tank with our Overgrowth ability active. When below a third health, all grass moves will deal 50% more damage with Overgrowth, just barely enough to one-shot Strand Tank. Grotle may have stalled at the starting line, but it's quickly opened up a 5-level lead over Turtwig. The next major battle is the start of the middle rival trilogy. He's got the same core of 4 Pokemon, starting with Starly, with Endeavour and Double Team. This time we have Substitute, which while it doesn't stop Endeavour's damage, lowering our health lowers Endeavour's damage so it doesn't break the Substitute. Typically we build up curses and, well, I guess we just first time plenty of chances to hit however. Monferno is next and we tank 2 flame wheels before we take it out, and then, well, we just sweep the easy last 2. So far Grotle's been doing well, and after a long trip it's time for Maylene, 3rd gym leader and one of Turtwig's easiest. Grotle doesn't have Leech Seed yet at 31. We can use substitutes to block some of the flashes, but we get pretty low building up those 6 curses we need. By the time we've hit 6 buffs, flashes hit once and our 95% accuracy move is worse. Razor Leaf hits Metatype for a one-shot. It hits Machoke for a one-shot. And Lucario for... no. Our health is low, but Maylene should heal. Maybe we can get a better damage roll. Yes, but still not enough. One more chance as she heals and a crit. As it turns out, we level to 32 anyway and get Leech Seed at the end. 31 was lucky. 5 hits, no misses, and a crit when it mattered. Really should have been level 32 for that, but it's only 1 level, so Grotle can take 1 lucky win. Immediately is one of the worst battles in the game for this line, the double battle with Lucas or Dawn. The issue is, it's a double battle with 3 super effective attackers against Grotle and 1 Strunky outspeeding us with the highest rate of flinching I have ever seen. This fight is so heavy on RNG, whether you are targeted, whether we flinch, whether they flinch. I had to level up and even do some stuff out of our way. Granted, I made a number of mistakes before this. I did not pick up the Shell Bell in Hearthholm City, or the citrus berries that were down below Veilstone. This is one of the most annoying fights to level up for in the underground for grass types, as there's no easy Gastronons nearby, and this is the last fight before we get Fly. Next up is Crusher Wait, who despite being the gym leader for water, is still a challenging fight. Gyarados opens up with Intimidate and will toss out Ice Fangs that we want to avoid both freezes and flinches on. Leech Seed does some steady damage and healing, while Razor Leaf slowly takes down Gyarados. Quagsire is an easy victory, being double weak to grass, and last up is Floatzel. Ice Fang hits harder than I expected, but it will trigger the overgrowth, and Razor Leaf will be enough to... oh, crit. I'm not sure how high my affection is, whether it gives me extra crits or the chance to survive on 1 health, but because I know who is up soon, I'm going to let this battle slide. We could easily level up more because, well, soon we're going to need to level up. Before we need to level up, however, we have Rival 3, the middle of the trilogy. Here we meet once again the threat that Turtwig never faced, Grass Knot on the heaviest middle stage starter. Recurring theme that being a slightly higher level would have made this fight more consistent, but we can do it at this low level. The strategy is simple: set up 6 curses, try not to actually spend 10 years missing Starly, try to avoid a crit or a burn from Inferno, and have enough health to survive the dreaded Grass Knot. Oh, and there's a Weasel in there too. Now, however, we won't be able to ride on luck. I called Fantina the worst fight for Turtwig. The main issue is Gengar and its Dark Resist Berry. Luckily, the heaviest middle stage starter, I don't know if I've mentioned that, evolves into a ground type, so it's sure to have access to a ground... No, it still only has dark moves. Drifblim is still an issue if you can't outspeed, either reducing attack or burning that reduces attack. This Grotle has a speed increase in nature, but so does Drifblim, and I'm beginning to think this Grotle has some bad IVs because Turtwig was faster than it at this level. We have leveled up to get Crunch, been crit twice, found out that Fly is still breaking substitute in 1 hit, being hit by 2 strength saps, and it's time for Gengar with full health, and the sub is up, it's looking okay-ish. The first is bad because Crunch is disabled. Hopefully Razor Leaf will do the job. Just need to survive a Sludge Bomb at full health. No? I know we're a negative special defense nature, but oh boy, Fantina. You earned your hardest fight last video. Time to level. We need to be able to one-shot Gengar, and that will likely mean outspeeding the Drifblim to avoid any attack drops. At level 52, with more speed than the worst possible Drifblim Fantina has, we try again. It still outspeeds, but it goes for Fly, as we go for Substitute. And it does not break it in one hit, so we can Leech Seed, and that is a good first attack from Drifblim, because we haven't lost any attack. Now we can take it out and face Gengar with full attack and a Substitute. Crunch one-shots Gengar, does not get disabled, and then we get confused and hit ourselves. No way we'd hit ourselves again. Are we gonna lose to Mismagius? No. Okay, mainly thanks to Fantina's first move's choice. An easy win. Might have been able to do it earlier with Fly not breaking the substitutes. It's hard to know with their AI really. Now 52 is a high level. It's equal to Turtwig was at this stage. And next up is the finale of the mid-rival trilogy. Staravia is typically, we use 3 sword stances. Staravia does some double teams, an Endeavour and a Pluck. Crunch takes it out. Heracross is out second and it goes for Leer. It's good that we didn't get hit, but it's bad for the Monferno next. We one-shot Heracross, heal a bit with our Shell Bell. Monferno hits hard with Flame Wheel, but we hang on. Health is tight. Roselia could be an issue with Grass Knot, but Weasel comes out next, and it goes for Leer, which allows us to heal up again. Do we have enough health to survive Grass Knot? It doesn't matter as we outspeed. Byron for grass types is easy. Leech Seed and Sword Stance against the Bronzor. Confusion hits again. When Confusion and Trick Room ends, we just push onwards before fully Sword Stancing. Leech Seed on Steelix because it has some good health. It does go down pretty easily anyway, however. Last up is Bastiodon. It's down into Razor Leafs. It's typically simple fight. The last commander, Saturn, is up next. Kadabra, easy one-shot with Crunch, even through Reflect. We set up on Bronzor again, and more confusion. And more confusion hits. You remember when Grotle was lucky? Apparently not with confusion. Bronzor is easy to knock out, however, and Toxicroak has no poison attacks, so it's a couple of hits to a win. Mars is quickly up next again. All the U-turns are quite bamboozling. We actually lost, mainly thanks to a critical Poison Fang that also poisoned. The second attempt, however, it was just a case of using Crunch. It's neutral to everything. Toxic is a concern, but finally a friendship helps. A bit of luck and we make it through Mars. Now, Mars gives us access to Leftovers and the Lucky Egg. And next up is Candice, a concern for Turtwig previously. The thing is, she is a physical attacker generally, and Grotle's defense is proving to be very solid. 3 Sword Stance against Snova, and it's onto Medicham, usually her hardest hitter. It goes for Bulk Up, however, and we one-shot it. Sneasel goes for a negative priority move, so we can act first and one-shot it. And then we outspeed Abomasnow and one-shot that. Grotle's great attack and defense is once again opening up a gap on Turtwig. The difficult part is soon. Not Baby Cyrus, obviously, who is generally easy. Mokro outspeeds, and that is a worry of what's coming up next, but it's so easy we do this with the Lucky Egg equipped. We just keep crunching after some setting up. Everything goes down. What is there more to say? Saturn, easiest commander since he's actually a Golbat. Same as always, set up on the Bronzor, defeat the Toxicroak before it's a concern. Next up is the hard part of the Team Galactic storyline. It's the trek up to Spear Pillar to face Big Boy Cyrus and the Commanders. Before that, we have our double battle using Happiny spamming rest as we need another Pokemon to progress, and we get this egg without a Pokeball. Grotle is so unlucky, it's hit by everything, which means that Happiny actually survives the entire battle. Lucky indeed, Happiny. The double battle with Mars and Jupiter is next. Against the Bronzors we set up, and Jupiter swaps. So here's the thing, Jupiter really hates our rival, thankfully for us, but we do get hit again by Confusion. Hit hard by Poison Fang. Haze would have been better. Belch hits us really hard. Grotle dodges a Sludge Bomb as the second Dorbat is out, but is hit with Confusion. We have our Sword Stance up, so it hits hard. We toughen out. Sludge Bomb hits us, but we toughen out again. We take the Golbat out, and Perugly finally decides to end us. This can be rough without outspeeding those two Golbats. I try again, this time based on her previous actions, going for Mars first. We set up and manage to avoid getting any confusions. Strength takes out Mars's Reflect shielded Bronzor. Okay, Munchlax actually did. Perugly is out, and since it likes to U-turn, I'm hoping to hit the Golbat. Instead, it paralyzes the Munchlax and we take it out instead. Mars's Golbat, her last Pokemon, is out, but it does not haze, but instead it poisons up and we take it out in return. Alas, Jupiter's last act with Bronzor is to finally confuse us, and the scary Skuntank is out next. As we've explained, however, it really hates the rival. We hit it with a Razor Leaf, but it survives. Need Munchlax to get the knockout? It doesn't, but it does paralyze it, which means that we can outspeed as we break out of Confusion. One last Golbat. It Sludge Bombs the hero Munchlax, and Strength gets us a win. Oh my word, what a star you were there, Munchlax. Of course, the real hard part is next. Cyrus and his anti-grass team. Starting with the crit machine, Horned Crow. Not expecting to outspeed it, but we do, and we Sword Stance. And it defogs. That is good for us. One more Sword Stance, and it defogs again. Cyrus, you don't need 2 defaults to have 100% accuracy on us, I think. We take out Horned Crow on amazingly full health. Crobat is out next, and it tailwinds. Sir, your team will already outspeed me. A one-shot still on full health. Cyrus, one of these choices. Gyarados is out. It's the last hard one. Ice Fang does not flinch or freeze, and Strength takes it out. And there is no way that Weavile can OTK us with Aerial Ace, and we first try Cyrus. Oh my. The Commanders were harder than Cyrus. His choice of moves though. We still could have taken a number of those hits and done it though. Now, normally I wouldn't talk about Palkia, but oh my, do we almost lose to a crit Spatial Rend thanks to friendship. The Commanders and Palkia were both harder than Cyrus. Oh, how the mighty have fallen since Turtwig. One last battle before the final 6, it's Faulkner. Raichu does not go for Volt Switch, instead it goes for a Charge Beam, and then into a Volt Switch. 2 Sword Stance is enough, however, to just sweep through the rest of his team. Ambipom does outspeed, so it deals some damage, but it's nothing we can't handle. These grass types are really giving Faulkner a bad rap. Even Luxray is a one-shot through Intimidate. That means it's time for the final 6 battles of the game, starting with the rival. He is mainly a physical attacker, so Curse is back. Staraptor lowers our attack, it hits hard, and then U-turns away as we slowly set up curses. Infernape comes out, Flamewheel hooks us for super effective damage, but the previous curses are enough to hold on. We Leech Seed to recover health, then set up 2 more curses as Infernape continues to wail on us. What we just need to make sure we don't do, because it's entirely in our control, is do not get crit by Infernape, the 1 in 16 chance. So good this Infernape is a physical attacker. We are slowly losing health however, and we do not want to risk a burn, so we just use strength to get rid of the Infernape. Staraptor is out again to lower our attack. We Leech Seed it again to break its sash this time. Time to take it out, but it U-turns first and Floatzel gets to come in to a fully strengthed up strength, easily knocking it out. Staraptor is back for round 3, and this time it brings us into red health as strength takes it out in return. Snorlax is here, and this is great news. Snorlax yawns, but all we have to do is hit it with Leech Seed, and we do. We set up another curse as we get ready to fall to sleep, because Snorlax can't really do much to us. But its large health pool means that we recover a lot from Leech Seed, as that healing is based on our opponent's health. Now the worst that Snorlax could do is Covet, which would steal our leftovers, and we are asleep for the longest possible time and never get a friendship wake up. Still, even while asleep, we do get plenty of healing from Leech Seed and leftovers, for now. But only towards the end does Snorlax finally decide to steal the leftovers. One more curse to cap out our defense, and we take out Snorlax, our health looking much better than when we started. Heracross is in, but Rock Slide misses. That is a 10% chance due to friendship on top of its already weaker accuracy. Our defense is so high though it wouldn't have mattered. Roserade toxics us, far too late I'm afraid. It's out of here. The rival is down, but a rough Elite Four for grass types is up next, starting with Aaron. I tried without rare candies, but no dice. Dustox outspeeds and hits far too hard. So in Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl there are 18 rare candies at this point in the game. We use all of them to get up to 87 and go again. With these levels we outspeed Dustox and we set up a substitute to block Toxic, something that we actually do now. Now Dustox and Beautify are the hardest part of Aaron's team, so we need to take them out quickly. Crunch does do over half health, even with the healing from Black Sludge, so Crunch will take it out before we take any more hits. Beautifly outspeeds us and hits extremely hard, that is a non-crit Bug Buzz, but Crunch takes it out in return. Our substitute is still up because Bug Buzz ignores it, so it protects us from Vesper Twin's crit. Now Attack Order does have a higher crit ratio than normal. We are low however, and we set up curses to start taking less damage. We are still faster though, and we managed to avoid one of her attacks. It's hard to know how strong our substitutes actually are, but they do help against the crits. Critical hits ignore the curses that we are setting up, so substitute will limit their damage. Eventually Leech Seed brings Vespiquen into range of its Citrus Berry, which it uses up. Now without an item she'll actually start using Acrobatics, and that is great for us since crits are bad for us, so we'd rather take more damage consistently lowered by Curse than a chance of a crit. It's now taking 3 hits to break the sub, and our health is actually going up now. It's time to get Vespiquen out of here with a Crunch. Heracross lacks a super effective hit. Our goal here is to go into Drapion with as much health as we can, and a substitute. Even with Flame Orb and Guts, Facade is not able to break the substitute, so we can just get health back from Leech Seed. Eventually the sub does go down, we just refresh it, and with 3/4 of our health we take it out with Crunch. Last up is Drapion. Crunch does not one-shot it, even with Stitch Curses. It does bring it low enough however for Aaron to heal. A better damage roll on Crunch, it's still not enough. but the extra leftovers healing does get our HP nice and healthy, as a crit cross poison does not take us out. Aaron is down. Bertha is next, easy as remember. We have Bullet Seed now, there are 2 TMs for it in the game. Since her first 2 Pokemon are 4 times weak to it, they go down easily, despite that Grass Resist Berry that Wishcash has. Sudowoodo is the question, can we hit it down in 1 turn? Yes, but only thanks to 3 hits, meaning that Grotle is roughly on par with Turtwig from last time, in terms of attack. Golem outspeeds us, that's the first time that's happened, and it hits hard with Stone Edge. We take it out, but it does mean our speed is a bit of a worry. Hippowdon is last out, we go first, but we don't take it out in 1 hit. Ice Fang, however, does not freeze, in fact it doesn't even hit. Bertha heals, but it really doesn't matter. Hippowdon had 1 chance to hit us, and we take it out. Flint is up next, and Rapidash poisons us immediately. This is really bad. This is not the way to start the battle. Rapidash is our setup Pokemon, the one that we want to get all the curses on. Leech Seed first, then we start setting up the curses. Friendship means that at the end of every turn, Grotle has a 20% chance to shake off the poison and cleanse itself. With poison, it means that Rapidash won't try for hypnosis, which itself has a 50% chance of missing, which would sort of be okay for us. Leech Seed, leftovers and the defense increases from Curse are helping to keep us up, but 1/8 of our health per turn to poison, we are going down. That is a 30% chance from Poison Jab, and we just needed time to get 1 substitute up. No chance of a sub now, however, our health is too low. In fact, it's over in this round, unless Grotle, man, you left it late, but on the exact turn we needed it to, Grotle cleanses itself. Flint heals this turn as well, giving us a turn of reprieve to heal back up even more. We can now set up a sub, but we're asleep. This is actually good, because he can't poison us, and we are healing for more than Poison Jab is doing. So we're actually healing up over time. What we want to do, however, is we want to wake up during our turn so we can act, as opposed to waking up from a self-cleanse that could potentially lead to another poison. We do wake up during our turn, we get a sub up, and finally, 1 turn from disaster, Grotle has come back from the brink and makes the fight safe. We spend more time healing up before deciding 50% health is enough, and we take out Rapidash. Lopunny is next. Our goal here is to keep the sub up. It does, and we one-shot it. Steelix is next. Iron Tail misses. Good for us. We Leech Seed for more healing. We want to beat Steelix with the substitute still up, but it doesn't break it, and we take it out with Crunch. Man, our defense is good. Drifblim can't attack, so with a sub up, all it can do is minimize. Now, I don't Crunch here, because I'm scared of Aftermath, even though I now know it doesn't have Aftermath. Leech Seed heals for a bit, but the real goal is the prediction. We Crunch expecting a Baton Pass. It does swap, and we do hit the Infernape, and it goes down to 1 health. Now, I forgot about the Photo Sash. Except, I also did not realise that Baton Pass would give Leech Seed to Infernape too. That is great. Drifblim is out, and the substitute is still up. All we have to do is hit it with a Crunch, and there we do. Lucian is a concern. We have a special defense lower in nature. We set up screens, and oh no, Psychic instantly lowers our special defense. That is likely this Elite Four run ended there. Mr. Mime hits too hard. And then Lucian swaps. Into Giraffe Rig. At least against Mr. Mime, we should use Leech Seed. We have to take out Giraffe Rig as soon as we can, so we have no chance to set up. Crunch does not take it out in one hit, thanks to Reflect, but it is enough for Lucian to heal, and then after that heal turn, we have to reset up Light Screen as we take a full power Psychic. Giraffe Rig is down and Medicham is out. Now that is a physical attacker, so it's some reprieve, except no, oh my, that hit so damn hard. We only had one curse up, but remember when I said our defense was good? Yeah, apparently huge power beats our defense. So we have to keep setting up curses and just hoping for a dodge, and there it is. I mean, I say a dodge, it could be a miss. You know we have more chance of avoiding high jump kick than of Psychic lowering our special defense. Our curses are starting to pay off, however. High jump kick hitting for about a quarter of our health. More curses and our health is starting to stabilise, but it isn't rising. It just goes to show just how powerful Medicham's attack actually is, especially with huge power. We know Grotle has great defense. We know we've got a few curses, and yet this hit is still so powerful. It's one of the reasons why this Elite Four is one of the toughest around. We go for a Light Scream in case Medicham takes itself out. On the exact turn, it takes itself out. Alakazam is out, but we're in a bad spot, and we hang on 1 health thanks to Friendship. Now that's a 25% chance of happening, so not too bad at odds. Crunch takes it out, but with leftovers, we will not have enough for Mr. Mime. Can we dodge the Sidekick? We hang on again. Oh my, are we actually going to pull this out? We have so little health, but Bronzorn is a physical attacker, and we survive with curses. Clearly a mixed bag. There were periods of luck, but to do the entire fight with lowered special defense is really rough. It did make me think, especially with how weak Mr. Mime hit with the Psychic, about trying something with Substitute instead of Leech Seed. Using Sword Stance instead, maybe? Maybe though, when we fail to Cynthia. Speaking of, here she is. We're going for Turtwig strats. We outspeed the Spiritomb and dodge. That is handy, but it's not the biggest hit we'll take. We set up a substitute to prevent any special defense lowering drops. We've had enough of those. Next is 3 sword stances, and we are not getting any sucker punches. Does Cynthia know our nature? Does she know not to bother with sucker punches? If so, that is rough. The benefit of Sucker Punch is that it hits us with our defensive stat. Substitute is fading after just 2 hits, and that's really slowing us down and putting us in a bad spot. It's amazing what a difference 3 hits to break Substitute would actually do for us. We take out the Spiritomb in 1 turn of course, and Roserade is out. Our damage looked good previously, but 3 hits is not enough to take it out without a crit. Cynthia heals, and we hit 3 times again, but this time for better damage ranges. That is good for us, more leftovers healing. We set up a substitute on Gastrodon, as we know it's going to go for a slow. Now here I want to milk leftover healing even more. So we let Gastrodon break the sub slowly, and actually 4 hits to break it is quite quick, and it's not enough for leftovers to actually heal for that much. We set up another, and what, Gastrodon goes for Sludge Bomb? It has never done that before. This could be an issue, so we take out Gastrodon. We're in a spot of bother here. Milotic is next, and we really need to outspeed it. But we don't. But we do dodge, and that saves the substitute. Now that was an important dodge. Our sub is safe for Lucario. When it comes out, it breaks the sub, but we need to take it out in 1 turn, and we do with a crit. which means it's hard to know exactly how many times we would need to hit with Bullet Seed to take out Lucario. Grotle's luck from early on the run is coming back. Just need to survive a poison jab. We do, and Garchomp goes down. What an Elite Four. Was it lucky? Yes. Garchomp should have been at a high level. The breakpoints across all of the Elite Four got really tight at times. This was my first go at the Elite Four, and what a run it was, however. This was recorded on my birthday, and I was thrilled. Is any Elite Four going to be as epic as this one? I can't take it away from Grotle. There was luck on both sides. Except for Cynthia. Yes, Grotle was the right level for the Elite Four, I think. But for Cynthia, I think 90 would have removed a lot of the concern. Like some damage ranges and maybe outspeeding Milotic. Still, I won't forget this run. Or how these numbers are not actually a true indication. Still, 9 hours and 46 minutes is amazing. Obviously, it's going to be above Turtwig. The hardest fight, that's difficult to work out. Aaron is hard, but 18 rare candies at that point just saves a lot of time, and so it sort of skewers the difficulty of the end of the game, those 18 rare candies. I say I'm tempted by Aaron, but I think because of our special defense issue and how she did get unlucky, I'm going to say Cynthia. I think she deserved to win that final battle. Next time it will be the final stage in Turtwig's line, Torterra. If Grotle was a bit too similar to Turtwig for you, then Torterra is really going to break the mould that we've set before. Until then, thanks for watching.